Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Kevin Sykes doing another segment of Victory Sundays. Victory Sunday, I like to talk about football, basketball, baseball, and even hockey because if you know anything about me, I love sports. And this is my opportunity to give y'all the most raw and uncut filter version of me. And speaking of sports, y'all, this is a football edition, y'all, because if you know me, I like other sports, but I love football. And this is my chance for y'all just to talk more and more and more and more about football. So this particular Victory Sunday is nothing but football because if you've been living a rock lately, this is the training camp edition. Yes, sir. So let's get your bags out because right now we better talk about football. So any other sports, take a back seat. But with all that is being said, y'all, if you've been living a rock lately, the Las Vegas Raiders actually let selected Kirk Cousins to be their starting quarterback on the first day of training camp. Now, to me personally, I don't really agree with this. I think this is too premature, and the reason why I think it's too premature is just because, like, Kirk Cousins, for one, he just got benched for Michael Penix, so we're gonna talk about in the future, foreshadowing. And then also he was coming back from Achilles injury, which was like 2 years ago. But like I was saying, like his recent history has not to me pretty much shown that he's worthy of just being outright named a starting quarterback. In particular, just because like you also just drafted you a number one quarterback. Now I get it, like you got Tom Brady in your office, and you know he's ideal for the like you get advice on how to start quarterback. And then two, I also understand that like in this system, pretty much Kirk Cousins ran his whole system, his whole career, even from playing for Washington with the Shanahans to the Q and the Kubiaks. They have a history with the Shanahans, and he's just been running the system his whole basically his whole career because damn near half the NFL now is running this system. So I don't even think like that's gonna be a hard transition for Kirk Cousins. But even that man, like he don't even look as mobile. Like I seen the video, he look old, man. And it's just like I don't think Kirk Cousins should be named the starter just because of those factors. Like he doesn't look mobile like he used to, and like I said, he hasn't done anything of recent to pretty much demonstrate to me, in my personal opinion, that he should be named the quarterback, the starting quarterback, the first practice of the season. I get it, but I still don't think he should be this named the starting quarterback. But on to another topic, talking about football. The bag. Yes, sir. We talking about the bag because there's been hold-ins, there's been trade demands, and there's been some players who've been getting that bag. But like I was saying, talking about some stuff that's going on. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I don't know what's going on over there, but it just seems like there's been a lot going on. In particular, like Baker Mayfield, he's been talking trash about the GM and the ownership, talking about like, yo, I guess they doubting me and stuff like that, and I gotta prove them wrong, and he's upset. And then also Vita Vea actually requested the trade. And my personal opinion, I just think like these first 8 games in the first half of the season for the Bucks are pivotal because like we gonna pretty much know like how like if they gonna press the restart button or they gonna keep on going forward and try to continue their winning ways because like they don't have guys like Mike Evans and Levante David either lead the team or pretty much retire. So like I think they on the branch of like either keep on trying with their winning ways or pressing the restart button and reset. But also on to another topic about talking about the bag. Some hold-ins, y'all. Running backs, y'all. I like it, man. I like the fact that they holding in Gibbs and Robinson. They both decided to hold in just because like personally, like the shelf life for the running backs is very short, yo. Like most of the times like you hear about running backs, like their career usually is like winding down towards like the early 30s, and then like it's pretty much over with by the time they mid 30s. Outside of Derrick Henry, who's a freaking animal, but compared to other positions, it's like late 30s and early 40s, where it's like their time periods, like their careers end up is pretty much over with. Or like on the down stretch. But yeah, man, like I was saying, man, I commend them dudes just because like running backs, like man, they get the most touches and get the most hits, and then towards the end of their career, they get excuse my French, but get shitted on the most. So like I hope they continue to hold in and get that bag early. I think running backs should get the bag at least by their third year if they've been producing that much. I think they should have a different type of contract structure. That's in my personal opinion. So keep on doing what y'all doing, man. Hold in and hold on strong. But some other likes has been holding in. Joey Porter Jr. I think I forgot the DN name, but he's from 757. He held in for a contract, or he just don't like how the things are going. Yeah, so those are a few of the guys that's been holding in, man. Keep on holding in. But also, man, back to the bag. Jacoby Brissett, he actually signed signed a contract where he gets additional like 21 M's. And then also Chris Olave, he signed a contract for 3 years, 90 million guaranteed. Congrats to them guys for getting that bag. And I'll just keep hope some more players get that bag and then keep it going. On to the last topic when we talking about football, man. And the most important position in football is what you think? The quarterback position. So like there's 3 quarterback position battles that I just want to talk about because the first one ain't even a quarterback position no more. Like I said, Raiders still fucking it up. Excuse my friend. But yeah, the first one is the Atlanta Falcons. You got two of battling Penix. Like I said, I was foreshadowing talking about Penix. But man, I just think this is the one is the war of nutrition. Now that sounds kind of crazy because they're quarterbacks and quarterbacks don't even get hit at practice. But these two guys, man, let's just be realistic. Like they haven't had enough snaps. And when I say enough snaps, I'm talking about just being hurt and injured. That's for them to like. I feel like both of them to be worthy of keep on having a position battle with one another. Just because it's just like, yo, we don't know who's going to be playing the first game. Heck, just even this now, this week, we just found out that Tua has back spasms, so he had to sit out a few practices. And Penix said he's not even going to be ready until another 4 weeks, possibly for the for practicing and for full contact. So we don't know how that quarterback position going to battle. Heck, we don't even know if they're going to survive the whole season. So there's a war of nutrition for that one. The Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy versus Kyler Murray. I got Kyler Murray winning this, man, just because, like, being honest with you, no offense to J.J. McCarthy. I hope I'm saying correctly, but man, like being honest with you, he hasn't done anything but spectacular since he's been in the NFL, and even when he was in college. Like, let's be realistic, the hardballs like to run the ball, and like his stats wasn't that crazy like that at Michigan, and it's just kind of showing itself in the NFL. Whereas at least Kyler Murray has a Heisman and the Rookie of the Year, and this electricity underneath his record. And I'm pretty sure like the person who I think is gonna have the biggest say so is Justin Jefferson. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like, man, who gonna give me the best ball? Paul. But yeah, I think he gonna have the biggest say so, and I'm pretty sure he gonna choose go rock with Kyler Murray. Then on to the last quarterback battle that I just want to talk about. If the quarterback battle is just like consistently been a quarterback battle, just because Cleveland Browns always find themselves in a quarterback battle. But Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders. Now, my personal opinion, I think it's just who Tim Martindale and the organization wanna choose just for their preference. Because if you want to just pay play the guy who you've been paying guaranteed money and you want to get your money's worth, then you can go with Deshaun. But if you want to like build for the future and see what you got for the future, because they got 2 additional first round draft picks, then you're gonna play Shedeur. Now, me personally, I want to play Shedeur just because it's just like, if you plan for the future and you just signed this coach, you would think like y'all futures would be intact at least for another 2 or 3 years. And plus, you got a pretty solid young core. You just picked up 2 receivers, and you drafted a good tight end the year before that, and you got another good running back with Junkins. So you got a bright future with your skill position players. So why not build around that and see if Shador is the guy, or if next year you got to get another quarterback and build around that, because you got the core right there. And so, like, with all that is being said, y'all, if y'all want me to do actually a season prediction on my Washington Commanders, because I'm gonna give it straightforward. I love my squad, but I will give y'all a Washington Commanders season prediction on like the schedule when I go through the schedule. If y'all just comment up there, say Commanders, or let's say my mind. And with all that is being said, this is Kevin Sykes, and I'm out this bitch.